What's up, guys? How you doing? John Hendricks here, host of the Threshing Floor podcast. First time trying any type of video feed uh, for the channel. Just wanted to do a review of this box that I mentioned that I purchased and kind of show you guys how I set it up. I'm really liking the box so far. I have no real complaints about it, and I just wanted to kind of give it a shout out here. Um, I got my box. It's kind of hard to find right now with shipping issues and supply and demand kind of being all out of whack due to COVID and protocols and things of that nature. But I got mine from the Relentless Dragon, which is a card store in Nashua, New Hampshire. And they were actually really easy to work with. I ordered it, showed up, a week later, gave me tracking, great communication throughout. So I was a little hesitant being that they're out of state, but they put all that to bed. Great people to work with. So if you're looking for something that's hard to find in the trading card space, not a bad place to look right here. Um, so yeah, we'll get into it. I've got this box that I ordered, and I'll make sure that you can see this. It's a 32 count box, 3,200 count box rather, and it's got 4 rows, and you can purchase additional dividers, which I did, and you can kind of set this up, break it up multiple different ways. So the front of it holds a top loader in each row. You can put your favorite card. You can put anything. Obviously, on the box here, they did energies from Pokemon, the Devil's card game. But I did something different with mine, and I'll show you what I did. And I think it's really cool. I like the way it turned out. But out of the box, you get the box, and it comes with 4 dividers. So you got to bear with me. I'm in my warehouse office here, so everything's kind of jumbled. All right. Here is said box. It first thing you notice is it's hard plastic all over, plastic everywhere. It's got the space underneath, which I actually like because I use it as a hand grip when it's full. Well, full with my cards, maybe not full. I don't have the largest collection, but it's got locking lid, so it locks over, and then the flaps come out, and that's what it looks like out of the box. Pretty straightforward. You can take these dividers, you can move them around like that. Maybe not crooked. Maybe like that. You know what I mean? So that's your standard look at it. All right, and what I've done is I had mine all sorted out, but I kind of tore it apart so that you could see what the box looks like out of the package, so that you would know what it looks like as it comes, like if you were to order it, what you would expect. In doing that, now I have to recreate it all. So I thought that would be a great way to show a review of the product, is to actually show you how I set it up and go through that process again. Obviously, all the cards are sorted. If you want to, I'll move the camera down here. They're literally just in different piles with different dividers. So I will open this up and get started putting it back together. So give me just a moment. All right, so first things first, like I mentioned, you have these top loaders that go in the front. I'll show you what I did. I went to Land of Redemption, shameless plug for that. Make sure you're keeping up with that for all kinds of redemption stuff. But I actually took the reserve list and did some fancy editing to take the reserve list text off the top and actually convert them into row contents, like contents of what's in that row. This is Star Wars. Basically, the image is from Star Wars, so I kept the Star Wars text. And this is Dominance and Lost Souls. And I keep my Dominance and Lost Souls in the first row. Then I have artifacts, fortresses, sites, all that type of stuff goes there. And I kept the same kind of text. I try to kind of match it up. Then we have a row for heroes and good enhancements. and we have evil characters and evil enhancements. And that's how I have the row contents divided. Now, I may have to sort this out in the future because heroes and good enhancements are pretty full or getting close to full when I have it all put together. And you have a lot of room on the Dominance Lost Soul site because you don't use nearly as many. There's not as many that there are. And similar with evil characters, it kind of fills up more than artifacts, fortresses, and sites. But on the first run of setting it up, I wanted it to be set up by row with the different card types. And that's kind of how I set up my cards. Like, if anything is a character and an enhancement, it pretty much goes with the character except for the new LOC style fortresses that are usually like evil fortresses that are a character there. I just kept those with evil fortresses. If it's like Behemoth or Leviathan, those are evil characters. Firefox is evil characters. And then for heroes, I separate them by, even if it's a multi-brigade other than like the Rainbow Brigade, which I think I need to add just in case for, I don't know if I actually made a tag for it. But what I would like to have set up is everything by brigade. So it's type and then brigade. And then within those brigades is alphabetical order. So heroes, say you've got Noah. He's green and blue. I think the blue side comes first. And for example, this is alternate artwork Noah from Cloud of Witnesses. So he would go in heroes and he would be under blue. I wouldn't worry about the green. And then when I look at that card or I'm looking for that specific card, I will know that it's in the blue brigade because that's the first brigade that's on the card. And I do that with pretty much all the cards. All right, so we will these are the dividers. And I purchased I think it was like $10 or something like that. I got it from Amazon. BCW card partitions, and they're literally made to go with this, and they go right in there, and you get 12 more of them for, I think it might have been like $12, $13 actually. Then for the white dividers to divide other categories, because I didn't want just all those dividers, plus you're forced to divide those in the space provided here on the box. I purchased, I think this was like, don't quote me, but I'm going to say it was like $5. And you get 120, I think is what it said it included. Let me see if it's on here. Yeah, 120 pieces of tall card dividers. And then I used my printer at work. Don't tell the boss people. Actually, I don't care if you tell them. They're in Green Bay. Reach out to them. So this is for Black Brigade, and I just did that, and I taped it on here because I would prefer to have that than my handwriting. So now what I'll do is I will clear the space a little bit, and we'll get started recreating the box how I had it and show you what that looks like. One other thing that I did forget to mention is that the flaps that lock on the top of the lid, they actually tuck underneath, and they've got spaces for you to either be able to stack other boxes on top here so that if you buy multiple boxes you can stack, or they tuck underneath for when you have the box open and it sits on those. It would sit level if I had a better working space here, but I'm trying to work with what I've got. So we'll start going through, and best you can see this, I will start putting in basically the way that I had it. So the way that I did it was I used a divider here, and I left the first section open. And excuse me, I left the first section open because if I break down a deck and it's got dominance and I don't have time to sort them back to where they go to keep it in order, I just want to be able to put them here in this front section, and then I can come back later and sort them. Our dominance are lost souls. So I want to keep the front section open. So then behind this dominance, we're going to have good dominance first, and I've got those in alphabetical order here, and then evil dominance. So we'll just smack that right there. And then we've got Lost Souls coming up next. We've got a divider for Lost Souls. And boom, there we go. And obviously you can space this out like if you want it to lean back to where it's easier to sort. I just know that I'm going to load this box up from work right now as soon as I get done doing this and take it home, and I don't want them to move a lot and, mess the edges up. All right. So then you've got Lost Souls, and I have those currently subdivided just two ways. I probably should separate and keep some Meek on hand since the last two sets have included Meek as well. But I have New Testament and Old Testament. Those are the dividers. And so those go right here. And then I'll take a blank divider in this case because I don't have anything else content for this row, and I'll put it there. I've also been using this first row to keep some of my random cards. I just got these from Rob Smith. Thanks, Rob. Shout out. Great dealing with you. Purchasing alternate border flood survivor cards from Cloud of Witnesses. I also have what I got from Derek, original full art cards that are apparently images that were printed and pasted on top of actual cards, or not pasted, but glued down. So I've just been using this section right here to hold those. All right, and then I'm pretty much done with the first row. So next thing we'll do is the artifacts. And again, I have this because I want to keep that front section in case I want to sort any cards that are coming out of a deck. And then, so we got artifacts here, and then I've got covenants, and then I've got curses. So your standard artifacts obviously come first, and then covenants and curses. And I don't have them subdivided by brigade or anything. It's really just straight into whether they're a covenant or a curse. And then I've got fortresses that comes next. And fortresses were one of those that it was kind of hard for me to figure out how to make this work within my little system that I've come up with. Because you have cities and sites and all of that. So I just did fortresses that are just straight standalone fortresses, good and evil first. Alphabetical order, like I mentioned. So I'll put those next. And then I have cities, which are capable of being sites and fortresses. And currently, I just have them in alphabetical order. I don't have enough of them to really worry about whether they're good or evil. And it appears that honestly, most of them, except for like Bethlehem, and I think that's the only one I have that isn't evil if you were to try to divide it, subdivide it based on the alignment of the fortress side. And then after that, I've got sites. So I'll go into this next section. We've got sites coming up, and sites are all neutral brigade. There's no good and evil, and then they're just separated by alphabetical order. And so that finishes up this section. So then I'm going to just put a blank one there. There's nothing behind that of note. And I've been currently using that section to hold just a couple of deck boxes. And that's another good thing about this is if you use these standard deck boxes, they actually fit in here perfect, like absolutely perfect. And I've got all the last few like tournament quality I guess classic format cards that I took out to make this box 100% rotation. So then you get to see how I mentioned I have all of the best you can. You see all this blank space here, and then I filled this up with deck boxes, but there's a lot of blank space here with these types. And you'll see when I put the heroes and good enhancements in here what I'm talking about. So heroes, again, we're just keeping that front section in case I break down a deck and I don't have the time immediately to put that in there. And we'll go heroes, and I have them separated by brigade, like I mentioned, but not only separated by brigade. Within the brigades, it's in alphabetical order, but then the brigades themselves are in alphabetical order as well. If my wife heard me talking about how well I organize this, she would expect more around the house. So make sure you guys do not tell her. Okay, I'd appreciate that. So then we get down to white, and white is the last of the brigades for heroes. So then we'll pop in this divider, and again, you could leave more room if you were wanting to lay these out and sort them, but this row is pretty tight, so it's hard to do that here. So give me just a second. Let me grab these other. So again, separated the same way by brigade. The brigades are in alphabetical order based on, like blue, gold, green, whatever order it technically would be. I guess I missed clay in there. I've done all the sorting work, so now it's just me throwing it in. And wouldn't you know that I saw the gold on top, and I just mixed my good enhancements with my evil enhancements because of the good and evil gold brigades. So let me fix this. Okay, so we've got good gold, and then so that's going to be followed up by green. All right, so here's another chance for me to kind of explain my system a little bit too. I mentioned that if it has more than one brigade on it, I usually just go with the first. This is a dual alignment enhancement. It's got silver and gold on the good brigade side and just orange on the evil brigade. So I'm going to go by the first alignment and first brigade. So this is going to be a good silver card for my deck box, or my card box rather. And so there you go. And if I were to want to show you how much room I have left by putting a blank divider in here. I could force it right there, and this is the amount of room that I have left. That's what I mean by it might get full to where I can't just keep these in row contents. Since I had already started with the evil enhancements because I had a blunder a second ago, let's I guess actually that was an even bigger blunder. Those were the evil characters, not the evil enhancements. So, I put a lot of work into getting it organized first time, so it's a lot easier to shift this around. So we'll do evil characters there. And we need our first divider. Boom. And I'll take the rest of these characters, meet them up here, and we'll add the evil enhancement divider. Boom. And then we'll just start putting these in order. And this is the last section to put in. And see, even the evil side, doesn't have nearly as many cards, at least in my collection, as the hero side. So I'll put that extra divider there. So I've got this much room left, this, and this. I know you can't see it perfectly, but if you look at it, it's pretty easy to see what you're looking for. If you tell me that you want an Elijah card from Prophecy of Christ, I know that's going to be a hero, and I know it's going to be green. And I'm going to go in here, and then under green, I'm going to be looking alphabetical order, something simple like that. If you tell me you're looking for a dull lost soul, I'm going to be able to go to Lost Souls and then find New Testament. I don't have those sorted by names because the cards don't all have the identifiers. And in case someone else was looking through the box, I wanted it to almost be self-explanatory. So yeah, that's basically that. Now I do have my higher end cards. One of my goals here with the game is to eventually collect all of the Nats promos. I don't know why this isn't going. I guess it's getting hung up on one of those dividers. But anyway, so there's the box. That's what it looks like. And now I'm down to one binder. And I did have 7 or 8 binders based on card types and things of that nature. But I keep my more high-end cards here. As you can see, the reason that Derek is always needing New Jerusalem cards is the fact that people like me don't sell them. I've got each of these marked with my first wins in tournament categories. I use those as like just a reminder of tournaments that I've won. Then I've got my Nats promos in here. And this is the only binder that I have, and I wouldn't necessarily need to take it to tournaments. So I become a lot more portable by carrying this one box. And that's what I was looking forward to with the box. So if it's something that you might use, this is like, if you have any questions before you go out and buy it, feel free to shoot them to me. And I'll tell you anything that I can about it. I've been using it for a few weeks now, and it's worked out great for me. So I wanted to give you this review. I know the quality wasn't that great, but guess what? I'm only human. You know what I mean? So we'll be talking to you on the threshing floor. New episode every week on Tuesday. Appreciate y'all for listening and watching. Thanks. Bye.